Good evening, fine folks. It's day 26 of the camper pod build. It's an evening after a day of work. I got a couple of things that I want to do. Primarily, I want to finish this off. This little sort of ledge sink for the bathroom area. I just want to finish that off. Shouldn't be a heck of a lot of things, but it's something to get done. And I want to try something. I won't tell you that I'm going to do it now because I mightn't get to it. But if I do get to it, you'll see it in this video. And I had to laugh when underneath this fine pair of coveralls, I've got a shirt with probably more holes in it than my age. Otherwise, it's a great shirt. It's clean, and it's something to wear underneath the itchiness of coveralls. When I came out from downstairs, I put on my coveralls in the garage. My wife looked at me and she said, "Why are you wearing that?" I said, "Because it's a good t-shirt." She says, "Not a good t-shirt." Well, I think it's a good t-shirt. Well, how many, folks out there, you've got stuff with holes in it. It still works. It still does its purpose, and you still wear it. Now, I've got a few shirts, and now granted, I'm not wearing those out in public like some people would, but I wear it out in the garage or out in the garden, that sort of thing. But anyway, if you feel like it, comment below if you got anything like that. Anyway, enough talking, time to get building. Now, I believe in the prior video, yesterday, I may have mentioned that I'm going to have a couple of legs coming down from here, going down to the floor. But I don't like that rounded edge there. And if I flip it around and have the rounded edge up, it kind of looks a little weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim that rounded edge off in about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches on both sides. So I can get a nice square edge in which to use my pocket screws. That'll make it a lot easier than trying to pocket screw on a rounded edge. The way I notched that out is not the prettiest. I used my chop saw here to do some cross cutting and just cut it a little bit on each side, and then went with my my pull saw and finished the rest of it. Like I said, it's not pretty, but it's, it'll do for what I want it to do. I'm doing a little test now with the Kreg jig just to make sure I got a right setup for framing up that little face frame over there. Until number one, I need to put a new battery in my drill, and looks like it. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling a little tiny dimple right there. Yep, that seems to work. And here it is, all in place, screwed in there. This is never going to move. It's all relatively square and plumb. So this is going to be faced with FRP eventually. And like Kreg jigs, again, not sponsored by Kreg or anything like that. I've had one of these for years, and it comes in really, really, really handy when making like face frames like this here. 4 holes, one in each corner, a couple of screws, one screw in each corner, and it makes a very sturdy frame. I love it. I even have a smaller one, but I mostly, when I go to reach for it, I reach for this kit. Now this is I've had this for a while now. I'm sure they've got upgraded kits and more gear, but I really enjoy it. Okay, do a little bit of cleanup here, and I still got time to do that other little thing that I was planning on doing. My secret little project for tonight is this. Now you might be asking, okay, what's Buddy doing with that red tape and a piece of ACM and a piece of board? Or you may not. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, this is, what is it called? LLPT, which is basically VHB tape, VHB two-sided tape, very high bond two-sided tape. This is what we're planning to use to attach the ACM to the side of the camper pod. we're after doing a lot of research, and it appears this stuff is pretty good, and it's replacing screws and mechanical adhesives, adhesures, mechanical fasteners. There you go. So what I'm going to do this evening is I'm just going to cut off maybe an inch and a bit, this much here, and I'm going to attach it to that and attach it to the piece of wood. I have a hole drilled in it, so I'm just going to let it set overnight. Then I'm going to screw this to the rafter and hang some weight from this and see how much it can hold, to see if it'll work. And what I did do is I did give this a little scuff with some sandpaper, and then I wiped it clean, and this is clean here. So I'm just going to cut some and peel and stick some, and we'll see what happens from there. So it doesn't stick to itself. Let me see, how much is that? That's good enough. Get that off. Stick it to this. Sticks to my gloves. There's a bit of cushion in there as well. And peel this off somehow. Oh, the protective layer sticks to it pretty well. Let's see if I can get a 10-minute video with me trying to pick this protective layer off. Oh, there we go. Got it. So I'm just going to put that on right there. Give it a little squeezy poo. And I picked up this. You're supposed to use a hard roller, but I couldn't find one, so I just picked up this dolly. I may go look for a roller. Okay, so there you go. I'm just gonna leave that like that overnight and see what happens. I'll put this back in the bag. I'm not gonna test it now. I'm just gonna give it some setup time. Not quite sure. I don't think it needs setup time, or it might need a little bit. I'm just gonna give it some setup time anyway. Because this will be holding an 8x10 sheet of ACM, as well as other spots. That's going to be all over this side, and we're planning on doing the majority of the vertical studs in the wall. Let's see what happens from there. Okay, so that's day 26. We'll see you on day 27. Thanks for watching. You know, when you build something quickly and you're just not happy with it, you look at it and say, ugh, I don't like that. Well, that's the way I feel about this upper cabinet. The front face, I'm happy with. That's fine. The way I have it connected to the rest of the camper, it's just, I consider it shoddy. So I'm just going to rebuild this. My wife says it's fine. I just don't like it. So I just ripped a couple more boards there. So I'm just going to rebuild this to something that looks presentable. You know what I mean. Okay, I've got the pieces roughed out. Now to stick them together. Now this looks much better. This is what the revised version looks like. I think it's much neater, much tidier. I'm happy with this. It's, yeah, I like this. Let me know below if you like this better than the other POS that I built. Okay, thanks for watching.